We'd like to take this opportunity to thank Julie Fong. Julie Fong is, of course, a member of the Committee of 100 and producer who led a team of fantastic artists that helped produce all the videos we've seen tonight. Thank you, Julie. Okay, now we move into the part of the evening when we honor achievement in business, entrepreneurship, and philanthropy, and leadership in advancing U.S.-China relations. In Hollywood, of course, we love awards. But I should warn, it's just written here. Not me, I'm not warning. Whoever wrote this is warning that our honorees should keep their acceptance speeches brief. Though, unlike at the Oscars, we don't have an orchestra to play music if the winner goes on too long. We do have a gong, which I might have to use. To introduce the representative of the organization we are recognizing for business excellence, we have Mr. Stewart Kwoh, Regional Vice Chair of the Committee of 100 and co-chair of this year's conference. Mr. Kwoh is the founding president and executive director of the Asian Pacific American Legal Center of Southern California, which he started in 1983. The APALC is an effective voice and leader in increasing access to legal services and education for the poor, protecting and advancing the civil rights of the Asian Pacific American community. Mr. Kwoh has received numerous awards, including a MacArthur Foundation Fellowship. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stewart Kwoh.
Thank you, Ming. I just want to thank Julie once again for that wonderful glimpse of Chinese American contributions in the creative arts. And my mother is no longer with us, but it was nice to see a clip of her. So let's thank Julie once again. Before I introduce Bank of America, I do want to thank my fellow co-chairs for this wonderful conference. I hope you agree. Is this a wonderful conference? If we could have the lights and if the co-chairs could please stand. Roger Wang, Alice Wong, Janet Yang, and Elwood Louie. Let's give them all a big round of applause. And while you're standing, no conference like this could be completed without all of the 25 members in Southern California of the C100. So I'd like all of the members of the C100 from Los Angeles, please stand because they so very much contributed to this event. The C100 has these annual conferences. It only comes to Los Angeles once every 4 years, so we save our energy and then we do this big event. But we do other programs as well, and we're very pleased that Mr. John Mack has joined us tonight because in late '06, the C100 helped the Urban League take 12 significant African-American leaders to China, and they reported back to us it was truly a transformative experience. So I want to thank John Mack for his leadership. There's one thing I want to ask you tonight for some help. On May 13th, the Los Angeles Unified School Board is going to take a major vote. The Committee of 100 has an education initiative that Leslie Schilling started, but in Los Angeles, we have formed a committee along with the Asia Society, UCLA, and other institutions. And on May 13th, the LA School Board is going to vote on that very important proposal that we help provide leadership for. And what would it do? It would give the youth in our communities a chance to learn Chinese and to understand the history and culture of China. If they accept our proposal, by the year 2020, Every high school and every middle school in Los Angeles will have a Mandarin program, and over 100 elementary schools. And in years, it will lead to hundreds of thousands of students learning Chinese and Chinese culture. We will need your help, but we have the support of the mayor, the superintendent of schools, and many community organizations. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce our business awardee tonight. And the Bank of America is truly a deserving recipient of our Business Excellence Award. I am especially pleased that a dear friend of mine and the committee, Liam McGee, could join us, and he flew in tonight from Charlotte just for this event. Of course, I said welcome home because he grew up in Los Angeles, but he is truly a valued friend and leader. Liam is president of the Global Consumer and Small Business Banking of the Bank of America. And guess what? Last year, they generated over 70% of the revenue for the bank. And of course, the Bank of America is the nation's largest consumer and small business bank. Thank you, Leo, for coming. Let me briefly mention why Bank of America deserves this award. First, the Bank of America is being recognized for their excellence and service to their customers throughout the United States. I'm particularly pleased to recognize their service to many Chinese Americans and Asian Americans in the state of California, their biggest market. Today, the Bank of America, as I mentioned, is the largest consumer and small business bank in the United States. In their business banking alone, they serve over 4 million businesses. If I had everybody raise their hands, half of the room or more would probably raise their hands if you bank with the Bank of America, because over half of the households in California and half of the households in the United States bank with the Bank of America. They have a leading market share in credit cards and many other services. They are the largest provider of SBA loans to women and minority businesses throughout the country. And they are becoming well known in Asia and China as well. Now, while the Bank of America is this huge business in terms of business and consumer banking, I am very happy about recognizing them for their dedication to the communities that we are all concerned about. I've seen this firsthand because I serve on the Bank of America's National Consumer Advisory Council. They have used innovative ways to develop our communities and to empower people in our communities. One example, B of A helped the Asian Pacific American Legal Center and Asian American Justice Center produce demographic profiles about the demographics and needs in the Asian American communities. We have provided with you at every seat tonight a small glimpse of a profile of Chinese Americans. These profiles have been used by literally thousands of community leaders around the United States so that they could advocate and explain the needs to their communities. Beyond that, I want to say that Liam himself is a truly caring and courageous leader. I still remember the call I received from Liam in 2001 when he was the president of the bank in Los Angeles. Liam is very direct, and so when I picked up the phone, he said, "Stewart, you need to do something for me." And I said, "Uh-oh, what is that?" But then he said, "I need you to join the Bank of America board in Los Angeles. We need to create a partnership and make this United Way the best in the country, make it dynamic and creative." I want to say that he did that, and as an example, I'm very proud to say that he teamed up not only with me, but 3 members of the Committee of 100 Dominic Ng, Andrew Chern, and Donald Tang, who in successive years led or co-led the fundraising campaigns for the United Way, and collectively they raised over $170 million for the disadvantaged in Los Angeles. That is leadership. I mentioned that Liam is being welcomed home. He grew up in Los Angeles. He still is connected to Los Angeles. He cares about California, not because it's the biggest market, but because he sees the needs. He has a passion for the people. And this truly signifies what he and Bank of America stand for: a true partner in building communities and building futures. Please join me in congratulating the Bank of America and Liam McGee.